Mordremoth didn't even try to cover its tracks. Either this is a trap, or the dragon's getting desperate.
Doesn't matter. Traherne's here, and even if he is just bait, he'll still lead us to Mordremoth.
You've made it this far. Are you ready for one last push?
I am. I will never be the dragon's slave.
We've got company.
Like there's only one way forward.
Let's move then. Stick close. We don't know what's down here.
Am I muted the whole time? Looks like somebody...
The dragon is focused on the battles outside. We'll never get a better chance.
Alright. I don't know if I was muted or not. I wasn't paying attention. But I just... Yeah, I was totally muted. I'm pretty sure because Chris had her phone here and everything. They may have hit the button when they were getting up this morning. Or I hit the button and forgot about it. Who knows? Anyway, I had said a whole bunch of stuff, like good morning, and thank you for the resub, Tiff, over on Twitch, and all sorts of other fun stuff, and apparently I was muted the whole fucking time. Like 5 minutes in. Yay! One thing I will say, and I'm hoping this gets better with the next expansions. I've never played an MMO where the NPCs don't assist me. No one is fucking healing me at all. I have 5 NPCs who are supposedly helping me in this fight, and they don't do jack shit. They don't pull aggro, they don't heal. The mobs 100% target me. Look at that frog, just running around coming after me. I didn't do shit.
Why won't anyone help?
I keep getting the bullseye over my head. Nobody's helping to res me. NPC party companions are the worst in this game. I'm gonna complain about the janky ass old game this morning because I've not had coffee and I'm grumpy. Just why give me NPC companions if they're not gonna do anything? They like run into fight and they maybe do a little bit of damage, but they sure as shit don't heal. It's moral support. Like that frog's gonna come after me and I haven't even done it. Look at him, he's shooting at me and I didn't even do anything to him. Just coming after me.
he is. Marshal Traherne, can you hear me?
Pretty sure he's not here anymore.
Commander, the Pact, is it?
All but gone, Marshal. But my team and I will finish this.
It's too late. I know. I am part of the Jungle Dragon now. It is everywhere.
So how do we kill it? Burn every field, fell every forest?
No, it can't be defeated that way. It'll just grow back. Its roots have spread too far. Too deep?
Then we destroy the root, Mordremoth's mind. Its strongest attacks come from its mind, from the dream. That's our target.
Sound strategy, Commander. Turn the tables and attack the dragon the same way it's been attacking us. Brilliant. You don't need a translator to understand that. The dragon doesn't like this idea.
Yes. Strike at the dragon's mind through the dream. It can work. And my connection will provide the access you need.
The Rotanovan said each Elder Dragon has a weak spot. We just identified Mordremoth's.
I'm ready. If I concentrate, I can open a path into the dream, into Mordremoth's mind. Your minds will make the journey, but your bodies will remain here in the cavern.
I've seen enough metaphysical landscapes lately. I'll stay behind to keep the Mordrum at bay.
I'll stay too. If something goes wrong, or Traherne isn't what he seems to be, I'll be standing by.
All right. 3 of us go in, 3 stay behind.
Choose 2 allies. It doesn't matter because they don't do shit to help.
You may not trust me, but I will not let any more Sylvari become like Faulen. Better death for my people than that.
I was strong enough to make it this far. Don't leave me behind now.
Jory, Tribune, I'm proud to make this final stand by your side. This is for air.
And Belinda, not a single Mordrum gets past us today.
Damn right. Wait, so 2 out of 3 going into Mordremoth's mind are Sylvari? Does anyone else see a problem here?
Well, technically, I was playing my hunter. It'd be 3 Sylvari.
Only in your mind. And I will reduce your mind to ashes before I'm done.
Old words are empty ones.
Who are you supposed to be?
I am you, what you were meant to be, what you will be. Mordremoth's loyal servant, and gladly so. You are strong, but lack focus. So you seek a master. Mordremoth is that master.
Is this a joke? My will has always been my own. I seek no master and never have. I am no one's servant.
Oh? Countess Anise would disagree. Accept the truth. Mordremoth needs servants, and you were born to serve.
No. To redeem myself, I choose to serve, as I choose to kill you now.
Torch them!
Look at that! Coming right after me before I even did anything. Look at that! Look at that! You stupid dumb fuck. So I'm not going to be able to slow down to do an AoE because he's just going to constantly...
Understood. Mortimer's squeezing hard, but I won't break. Get behind me, Commander. I'll deflect the grenades.
Did I inadvertently... I can't see right now. For some odd reason... It's not letting me switch. Oh, because I accidentally did a thing that I shouldn't have done. No, but it's not letting me switch. I'm taking the death here because I'm getting frustrated by something. It's not letting me switch to my other weapons. I wanted to switch to my scepter and relic and
That'll silence you.
why am I blanking on the word? Focus item. And it's not letting me, the button to switch my weapons isn't working. Now it's working. What the hell? Janky ass old shit. I'm not sure. He said something about grenades, but his shield doesn't agree to it.
I can't. Not the fire grenades. Can't think. What's not affecting me? Sorry, Commander. I'm doing my best.
No, you're not. You heard me. You heard me, bitchin'. I'm pretty sure combat... Dude, I was switching weapons yesterday, or the day before, like, literally. We can go back on stream and watch it. I've had no problem switching weapons until all of a sudden. So, is it because I was switching out of combat? You're not allowed to switch in combat? Is that what it is? So maybe all the times I was switching before I was not in combat trying to switch? Man, I could swear I'd switched before. So what is Canuck doing in this fight other than just standing there and not doing jack shit? He said something about hide behind me to block the grenades. Hiding behind his shield doesn't block shit. There's those things. He will occasionally block those and they'll bounce off. But the fire stuff, no. And he's literally not doing anything, so I'm very confused. I probably sound extremely agitated right now. I definitely am feeling frustration in this fight. Like, this is not fun to me. This is stupid. Because there's no indication of what I'm supposed to be doing. Other than, you know, take him down. But I'm feeling very ineffective, and I don't know if it's because there's a strategy that I'm missing. But if the strategy is just he's got a shitload of hit points and you just have to wear him down, that's super fucking old school and annoying. This is like playing EverQuest, where it's like, the mob has 1 million hit points, and you're just expected to stand here for 45 minutes and wear him down. So there is a strategy. If you stand with Canuck when he bounces a grenade back, it will break whose shield? It'll break the blighted Canuck's shield? None of that is made clear by the text these guys have been talked to about. So, but it's only when Canuck puts his shield up. So it kind of feels like it's pointless to attack the blighted until Canuck does this right here. Right? Okay, it's still, I'm not. Just fucking kill me, bro.
Help, for the record, you've been struck. Lend me your daring heart.
Because the only thing Kanaka said is stand behind me and I'll protect you from the grenades. But he doesn't protect you from all the grenades. He only protects you from some of the grenades.
6 feet tall.
And he doesn't do the shield very often. He took a hit, it disappears. Took a hit, it disappeared. So I'm not able to really survive in between getting to the next point where Canuck puts his shield. Does that make sense? Correct, I understand that I'm supposed to stand in his shield when he does it. He doesn't do it very often. And I'm dying in between because of all the AoEs. And I just can't, like, there's no way for me to stay out of them other than to spam the blocks.
I've beaten you, but you don't know it yet.
Like, other than just spamming dodge, 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 this is the stupidest fight I've ever seen in this game. This is ridiculously stupid.
Lend me your daring heart.
I thought the fucking boss fight with Xantath or whatever was bad. This is way jankier than the fucking boat fight. Dude, put your fucking shield up. Holy fuck balls. I thought I wasn't allowed to damage him if his shield was up, so I thought I had to wait for his shield to come down to fight him. So I've got multiple people in chat telling me do this, do this, do this, do this. So I feel like I need to go online and read something about this fight rather than listen to 6, 7 people try to tell me what to do, because it's I'm getting conflicting. I'm being told, hide behind the shield so that you can damage him, because it'll reflect to break his shield. Then I'm also being told you gotta do damage to him. I'm like, but I thought his shield had to come down for you to do damage to him. I guess we could still do damage to him even though his shield is up.
I've been immolated. Still with us, Knop?
It's too much. Can't control myself. Can't trust myself. Here, take my shield and finish him.
Take my shield. Right, where's your shield, bro? Take my shield. Where's your fucking shield, bro? Where's this shield that I'm supposed to pick up from Kanak? Take my shield, bro, and there's nothing to pick up or click on? Okay, I guess I have it in my hand, I guess is the thing. I guess it was an automatic pickup, and I'm not paying attention to the fact that it was on my hotbar. What the fuck am I doing here? Because I can't block fire, and I can't do anything. So I'm bouncing his blue things back to him. Is it doing anything to him though? I'm about to die again. No, Black Widow. This is the perfect example of a janky ass old fight that was designed, you know, 15 years ago, 12 years ago, when they didn't have like quality of life. I would assume this is also a fight that was designed to be done with other players. So you would probably have one player picking up the shield. And like reflecting things back while other players go around behind and DPS. You have one player focusing the fire so that he's, you know, you got your tank doing taunt. Your healer's healing and your DPS. I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do with this stupid shield. I'm getting rid of that piece of shit because it's not, I don't understand that mechanic at all. Can I do any damage? He's got a shield. I don't think I'll be able to do damage. And I think the shield is supposed to allow me to drop. That shield is supposed to reflect the purple bombs that he's throwing right there to somehow get him to drop the blue bar under his health, which is his shield. But I didn't see it doing anything.
I've beaten you, but you don't know it yet.
Yeah, this is Karzak, this is a good point. So I probably need to read the tooltip for the shield ability that you pick up from Kanak, right? But mild complaints here. When I go over here, this is what Kenneth said. Kenneth said, pick up my shield. So I ran over here to pick up his shield. Where the fuck is the shield? Does anybody see a shield anywhere around here? No. It has a talk button, right? So this is my first complaint about this. Pick up my shield. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? There's no shield for me to pick up. Instead, it gives me a talk button. Okay. That should, instead of saying talk, it should say, if interacting with that button is going to pick up the shield from the NPC, right? That talk button should not say talk. It should say retrieve shield, grab shield, pick up shield. You know what I mean? It should say something other than talk. Because if I hit it, it's going to immediately just grab it. And now you'll notice that this changed. As a new player, there is no indication anywhere that talking to the NPC is going to procure an item from the NPC. Ah! Right? No, that's not how that's supposed to work. Now I have the shield. Right. I literally ran around like for 2 minutes when he said, pick up my shield. I was running around looking for his shield until I died. I was like, there is no shield. And then I randomly ran up to him and clicked the talk button and realized, oh shit, talking to him gave me the shield. What the living fuck? Okay, now I have a shield. I'll put the sheet on the bed in a minute. Hold down to raise your shield and block incoming attacks, which is great, but so I can't attack and block, right? So he obviously has a shield on him. This is the other confusion, right? Because there's the shield that the boss has, which is like the armor shield, and then there's the shield that I have, which is the confusion I think that was happening in chat as well, because people were saying, use the shield to do the shield. So, if you look at him, he has that blue bar under his health, which I have to get down in order to damage his actual health. Now, during the other fight, that was done by holding this to reflect the bombs, but you're also dealing with fire damage, which you can't block. And I did not see that he was blocking, and now he's bugged, I think. There he goes. So I can't. The fire. Okay, see, it blocked it back to him, and it didn't do anything. Do you see his blue bar? It's not moving. And I'm taking shitloads of damage.
I've been immolated.
It's not blocking anything. It doesn't block shit. And it's definitely not reflecting those things. I mean, it is the blue balls when he throws them. But reflecting those doesn't... See, his blue bar isn't going down. So that makes no sense to me at all to want to pick that up. Like, what's the point of picking up that shield if it doesn't do anything? So hang on, other people are telling me the blue bar is not his armor bar. That's his CC, crowd control. So I'm suddenly learning about all sorts of mechanics that I've never had to deal with. I'm 75 hours into this game, and I've not had any problems until this fight. That seems like very poor game design. Like, seriously, 75 hours in, I've gone through the base game, the entire DLC, no problems with any fights ever, and you get to this, and suddenly it's this, like, what? There's all these new mechanics at play? All the veterans are like, Brett, you're not using your boons, and you're not using all your things, and you're not doing this, that, and the other, and you didn't spec your character, and you're supposed to be switching stances, and blah, 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 blah. So, that's all well and good, but if the game hasn't required me to do any of those things in the 75 hours up until I've played to this point, that is a failure of the game to teach me that all of those things are important. Right? I've never needed to know any of the things that people are typing in the chat right now. None of that has been taught to me. At all. I've just been able to do DPS, kill the mobs, and move forward through the game's story. This has got me quite cranky this morning, everybody. This is an unfun fight for me. Plus side, I am doing damage to him right now, but just super frustrating, annoying, not explained. No explanation at all of any of the things I'm supposed to do. And just horribly janky ass old fucking bullshit of like, pick up the shield, but I really mean talk to the NPC, because we don't actually want you to pick it up. We want you to talk to the NPC, and then you'll pick it up.
Over for the record, you've been struck. Lend me your daring heart.
Commander, don't kill it. Him. Mordramoth wants to negate me. Wants me to negate myself. I'm done with that.
Look there! A rift opened! Maybe now we can break Mordramoth's illusion. Let's widen the rift. The more we crack open this nightmare, the weaker Mordremoth becomes.
Activates reality rift. Anyway, going back to something else that I want to comment on, because I'm seeing people telling me, well, you're supposed to be switching stances and using all these different abilities. Why? Why? Because here's the thing. I was specifically told, I was told when I went into my elite specialization, which is Evoker, I was specifically told by going into Evoker that I was picking a specialization, right? And in this case, focusing on an element to make my elemental more powerful and to go through all of this. If the game has not taught me how to play the game by just doing the main story Dribrom, then it has failed. 100% it has failed as a game to teach the player how to play. If you are required to do non-story content to go learn how to play the game, then the game has failed. The game is supposed to teach you through main story how to play the game. Like, here's the main story. This is how you play the game. These are all the abilities. These are all the things. That's the game. Optional side content should not be required to learn how to play the game. So anyway, coming back to this right here, I have been told specifically, go to an elite specialization, and in that elite specialization you're supposed to pick a single element to focus on, right? Like the online guides, everything, you look through the abilities, they all talk about how, you know, especially you can get up here, one of these where it has, so specializing in fire as an example. You cannot leave your selected attunement, like you're locked in. So anyway, exactly, Studman. By 75 hours in, the game should have taught you everything you need to know to play the game through the main story, and you should know all the things you need to do about how to fight boss mobs. I'm going to respectfully disagree, Dribrom, and I'm going to pull my game developer card out. Because this right here is what causes people like me to rage quit. This makes me say, I'm not having fun. You haven't taught me how to play the game. You haven't told me how to defeat certain bosses. You, the game developer, have not told me how to do those things. If you have not told me how to do those things, then you have failed at teaching me, the new player. So, anyway, going back to this right here. Stance switching, right? I see a bunch of people in chat saying, well, you're supposed to be switching stances. Why? The game literally tells me that I can lock myself into a selected attunement. What happens when I've locked myself into fire, which is what I have done at this point? Even though I haven't technically chosen that ability yet, I'm a fire mage, man. Like, that's the whole point of me making an elementalist, was I wanted to be an ice mage, but I found out that ice mages don't do damage. Ice mages do heals. So I went, okay, I'll be a fire mage, and I will focus exclusively on doing lots of fire. And up until this point, I have been able to do that. I've been able to play the game, do lots of fire damage. Good morning. How are you? Did you sleep good? ¿Dormiste bien? Es un búho. Me está ocultando. Está despertando como usted. Diciendo buenos días. Están dentro de un arbolito. Ese es un árbol. Tiene los ojos grandes. Ajá. Así es. Anyway. Going back to the people in chat telling me, well, you're supposed to be stance switching. No, I'm not. Like, the game literally wants you to pick an element. So, yeah. Stance switching is, you know, and if stance switching is a mandatory part of playing an elementalist, that would not be the case. It would not lock you into selecting an attunement. So I understand that some people think that that you need to stance switch. You don't. I'm 75 hours into the game. I've never had to stance switch ever. And the Weaver class, or whatever it is that I've chosen, specifically has you lock in to an element towards the end of that elite specialization. So this is just one of those situations where I think we're dealing with a really old game where they don't have a lot of quality of life tutorials to teach you how to do all the things. The other thing I was looking at is like the crowd control bar or whatever that people are talking about. That has never been a thing that I have had to worry about until right now. And at no point has the game ever told me about it, right? There's never been any sort of tutorial that said, hey, enemies have shields. This is how you break a shield. Yeah, I'm going to go with what JK is saying there, because, yeah, a dungeon master who just drops you into a boss fight and then tells you to use a skill you've never even used or he's never even talked about would be a horrible, shitty dungeon master, and I would never go play with that person again. Anyway, I've played a lot of games, guys. This is my job, and I've built games. If you don't tell players how to do the things, that's a choke point, and people go away from that. So hopefully this is something they refine as they go back to doing all the quality of life stuff they said they're going to be working on when they get to the end of the main story. Because, yeah, that was very frustrating for me. Obviously by the fact that we're having this 30-minute discussion about it. Because at no point in time have I ever been told about a crowd control bar underneath an enemy's health. Never. Not, however, all these hours into the game. Also, because I'm thinking about Lord of the Rings Online. Because Lord of the Rings Online has also done this. No, it's not. That's not true, Drabrom. Like, if you're, yeah, that's not true though, man. Like, you cannot sit down with your players to play Dungeons and Dragons and say, you need to have read the rulebook front to back, otherwise you're not going to be able to play this game. That's not how that works. You as the Dungeon Master are there to guide the new players through the experience. So you explain to the players, okay, here's how a D20 works, here's how a D4 works, here's how a D6 works, here's how rolling the dice work. You don't just throw your players into the game and say, if you haven't read the rulebook, you're not going to be able to play the game. No one does that. Now, over time, if you've played Dungeons and Dragons for 100 hours, and you've faced off against goblins, and then ettins, and then hill giants, and then, and you've worked your way up, the Dungeon Master will be explaining the fights to you as you go along, and you learn about all those fights as you go through. And over time, you learn all the mechanics, and you will eventually learn all of the rules of Dungeons and Dragons or any tabletop. But that's just again, respectfully disagree. That's not a thing where you're like, you must read all the rules to be able to play this game. You learn the rules as you go, and that's the case here. Stedman says this is the first boss of the game. Should have told you about the blue shield bar, and then walked you through on how to break the shield bar. Correct. Yeah. Welcome to level 1. Here's a Terrasque. Here's a fire giant at level 1. Good luck, adventurers. But that's what I was just talking about, though. Like the blue bar underneath the health of the boss. If that's a thing I need to worry about, which it seems like it is, then that is something that at some point along the way the game should have said, "Hey, man, you see this blue bar underneath? Like, here's a tutorial, level 5 tutorial, whatever. You see this blue bar? That's a shield. Here's how you break the shield. You use these 3 types of abilities to break the shield. So when you see that shield, use these 3 abilities and you'll break the shield, and then you can beat the boss." Right? That has never happened in this game. 75 hours in. No tutorial whatsoever. I didn't even know what the blue bar was. If you guys go back 20 minutes ago, what was I saying? It's an armor bar is what I said. I thought it was an armor bar. And then everybody in chat is going, no, it's CC. I'm like, well, what the fuck is CC? In my mind, CC is crowd control, right? So then people are telling me it's not an armor bar, it's a CC bar. So I thought that I was supposed to be specifically reflecting the blue grenades back to him to break the shield. That's what I thought I was doing. And everybody in chat's going, no. You need to be using CC abilities to break his CC bar. And I'm like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? That's never been a thing in the whole game up to this point. And then people are talking about boons and all this other stuff, and I'm like, what the fuck is all of that talk about? Because I've not been told about any of those things up until this point. So someone said, as an example, I don't know where it went. Someone said like immobilizations break CC bars. I think someone said that. So as an example, the Signet of Earth that I have, would supposedly lower that bar, I think is what someone said, is so that was like... Turtle says, I think it's semantics, that it's called a defense bar, I think, technically. Or a defiance bar. So it's called a defiance bar. This is great, by the way. If you're reading chat, because I'm reading all the chats across YouTube, Twitch, and Kick right now, right? I'm getting all sorts of comments. This is great. So I love how... there's a really good comment that I just saw. Turtle Daredevil says, they explain it in other expansions, which is stupid to explain it after the fact. I know for certain at the end of Dragon's Menage with the others, when this was released, players had been doing CC in... Hang on, I lost the comment. I gotta scroll up and find it again. They had been doing CC in Dungeons and other endgame for years, so it became assumed knowledge. This is the perfect point I want to get to. Assumed knowledge. So again, this is awesome. This is awesome. Assumed knowledge versus I'm a new player coming into a 15-year-old game. I don't have assumed knowledge. If the game is not telling me how to do something, the game has failed. Because the only way I'm learning about it is by the players who are like, oh yeah, this is a thing that they didn't actually talk about until later on, but they did this, and this. So I'm gonna really quickly for the purposes of something really quick. Hang on. I'm reading chat. So Yope says if you swap an air elemental on stone, look skill 3. Oops, you said air, not water. Look at skill 3. There is a Defiance Break 130 on blue-green text. Fucking A. That right there. The game should have had a tutorial that said that right there. Yope, I love you. Thank you for that. Because that right there explained it to me better than anybody else has been explaining it in chat. Not that, you know, I appreciate everybody in their commentary. That right there. See that blue line of text? Defiance Break 150. Being able to tie that to the blue bar I saw above the mob's health and say, blue bar, Defiance Break, removes blue bar. That's amazing to know that information. The game has never told me that. The game has failed, is what we're getting at. However, I would also say, this is where, you know, people are talking about you need to stance switch to do the fights. I shouldn't have to, right? Like, especially considering they lock me in. Let's assume for a minute that I was all the way at the end of my elite specialization and I had locked myself into fire. How am I supposed to beat a mob effectively if the fire element doesn't have any way to do Defiance Break? Because this is in the air element, right? Now, granted, this is what Vanessa just said. Technically, not all the CC skills tell you how much Defiance Break it has. That's a failure of the game to say, hey, this thing breaks Defiance, and if it's got a tooltip that says it does all of these things, then why is the Defiance Break not on that tooltip? Ah! Right, Studman, there should have been a very specific boss tutorial that teaches you these things. Right, exactly. So this is what I'm getting at. Like, this is just me expressing frustration at really the game. I brought up Lord of the Rings Online earlier. The reason I brought that up is because if you have ever played Lord of the Rings Online in modern times, some of the old fights with Lord of the Rings Online are like this, and incredibly old and janky and fucked. And so what they have done is they have given you a stone, which you can click, which gives you a massive buff that gives you like 75,000 hit points, so that you can just face roll the boss and ignore the mechanics entirely. Because those fights were originally designed to be played by a group of 6 players. But they recognize that groups of 6 players don't go back and play old content. Solo players like me go back and play the old content. Now, this was probably, I'm assuming, designed to be a group fight. Something I mentioned during the fight was like, this felt like a fight where there was supposed to be a tank drawing the aggro, a healer healing the main tank, and 4 DPS behind the mob, DPSing the mob and using Defiance breaking abilities to break his shields and damage him. And then, you know, if I'm the healer, I'm healing the main tank, and then I'm throwing spot heals at my group mates as they go do all the DPS. Like, this felt like a group fight that has never been properly balanced for single-player gameplay. If that makes sense. That really is what it feels like. It feels like some of the old Lord of the Rings online fights, where now they just give you a buff. And they're like, yeah, we realize this is supposed to be done with a group, but here's 1,000,000 hit points. Just go kill the boss. All right. Well, I learned a very important lesson during that fight, which is that apparently I'm going to have to... I'm going to have to pay attention to... like slotting some Sebin says, imagine playing Skyrim and the game never told you about the Dragon Wrench shout, which defeats Alduin, but your character has it from the beginning of the game, but there's zero tutorial on it, and then you get to the Alduin boss fight, and oh, by the way, you're supposed to use this dragon shout to defeat him, and matter of fact, it's the only way to defeat him, but we've never told you about it, and since you didn't go read the offline manual and the 5,000 community posts on the forums, sorry, fuckers. That's exactly what we're talking about right here. That's what causes a player to go, fuck this game, I'm out. Yeah, so, out of curiosity, why do I seem to be locked to not be able to change any of my utilities at the moment? By the way, I am 75 hours into the game. You see these 3 abilities over here, 7, 8, and 9? I've never used them. Never used them. I know somebody was commenting during the fight, you're not using your 7, 8, and 9s. You know why I've never used them? I've never had to. I don't even have those keybound on the controller. I don't even have 7, 8, and 9 keybound on the controller. Why? Because I've only ever used them for the passives. 25% movement speed, reduced incoming condition, reduced incoming strike damage. That's it. I've used them for the passives. That's it. I've never once needed to use those things. Can you set those up to be autos? That one you can. Oh, you can't do more than one though. Only one ability can be triggered to be an auto. Okay. Anyway, learned a valuable lesson today about the importance of in-game tutorials and why every game should have them. And I think it's also the perfect case in point for showcasing how much better modern games are because they teach you these things and they walk you through these things from the very beginning of the game and teach you about how all of these things to work. I was going to go log in and show it really quick, but I think I just want to move forward and get through this fight. Vanessa, can I invite you into an existing dungeon, or can you only join from the very beginning? Anyway, what I was going to say is I'm also playing Rogue Trader in the afternoons from time to time, and I was going to go load into that game for the purposes of the argument and the discussion to show how a game does a proper tutorial. Because Rogue Trader, I would also say Pillars of Eternity 2, Baldur's Gate 3 as examples. Those games have extremely robust combat systems with many different things going on. Piercing, crushing, slashing, elemental damage, and resists, and etc, 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 etc. And those games all have extremely robust tutorials which literally pause the game as you're going through as a new player. They will pause the game, a pop-up will come on screen, and the pop-up will say, especially Rogue Trader, because I'm doing this most recently, there is like a 5-page pop-up that pops up, pauses the game, and says, this is the mechanic. Here's how you use this mechanic. Here are the types of abilities that you can use with this mechanic. Here's the way this is supposed to work. Do you understand how this is supposed to work? Okay, let's go now do the thing that we just taught you about on that 5-page pop-up. Now let's take that information and go beat the fight. And then you do it. Right? And then after that, I can go back into the tutorial, into the codex, and I can find a tutorial. Now, I have never looked to see, is there a tutorial in this game? Is there like a codex or something that I can go look at up here, which has information that I've somehow never seen, and the game tells me about in-game? Is there like a... I don't see anything in here. Like, I was gonna look to see if there's like a codex or a journal or something where I can go in and look at, you know. Yeah, I think Karzak, that's a great example of why a game needs a codex, where like if you happen to skip a tutorial by accident or you miss it or something, you can just go right back into the codex, go to the drop down and be like, here's the tutorial section. Pretty sure Crimson Desert has a tutorial section. I know James Bond does. I just played I just played 007 First Light. It has a robust tutorial system, and you can go back into it. Jedi Survivor, Jedi Fallen Order, there's like video clips that show you the things you have to do. Right! Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Shadows, like there's an actual codex where you can go in and look at and it shows you like all the things. Like there's a tutorial menu. I'm not seeing anything like that here. You have to exit the story instance and restart it to get me through. Alright, how do I leave the story instance? I don't want to do this by myself. This is bullshit. I'm gonna go get help. Fuck this! Give me a carry! How do I leave an instance? What the hell? Is there no easy way to... You have to relog? Alright. Yeah, but this is a multi-stage thing, guys. I don't want to deal with jank the whole way through, and I'm being told this is going to be like this the whole way through, so I'm just going to get a carry. Because I don't want to deal with this bullshit. So I need to just go to character select, I guess. Invite someone. Oh, are you in my party now? How does that work? Alright, so you're in my party, I guess, at this point, right? I'm assuming that's the party window. Alright, it's not giving me the pop-up, so let me back away from that really quick. Alright, I need more coffee. I'll be back. All right. So if I wasn't playing for money, that right there would have caused me to quit the game and delete it from my hard drive. If I wasn't playing for money.
I was strong enough to make it this far. Don't leave me behind now.
You may not trust me, but I will not let any more Sylvari become like Fowlin. Better death for my people than that.
Jory, Tribune, I'm proud to make this final stand by your side.
And I let a fly in there when I just opened the door to
And
get
Belinda.
coffee.
Not a single Mordrum gets past us today.
Damn right. Wait, so 2 out of 3 going into Mordremoth's mind are Sylvari? Does anyone else see a problem here?
Go away, fly. How did you get in here? Hang on, I gotta open my door. Or not. I don't know where it just went. What happened is that I'm not willing to deal with janky old bullshit mechanics, and I'm getting a carry. That's what happened. Alright, we already saw this cutscene. We're gonna skip. I cannot skip.
You should not have come.
You can't skip the cutscene? Come on now.
Only in your mind. And I will reduce your mind to ashes before I'm done.
What's up, Samurai?
Old words, but empty ones.
Yes, I am a bitch-ass weak pussy, and I went and got help.
Supposed to be?
Because I have no
am
desire to
you,
deal with
what you were
janky
meant
ass
to be, what you will be. Mordremoth's loyal
bullshit.
servant.
I'm
and
gonna take a
gladly
carry for
serve.
the rest of this, my friends.
You are strong.
This
but
was
lack
bullshit.
Focus. So you seek a master. Mordremoth is that master.
Is this a joke? My will has always been my own. I seek no master and never have.
I went and got my
I
van
am
life
no
goth
one's
mom,
servant.
and she's gonna carry me.
Countess Anise would disagree. Accept the truth. Mordremoth needs servants, and you were born to serve.
No. To redeem myself, I choose to serve, as I choose to kill you now.
Oh, shit, I should pay attention. Alright, so now that I know what I know...
6 feet tall!
I still haven't found those to make.
He won't let up! I need some cover!
Understood. Mordremoth's squeezing hard, but I won't break. Get behind me, Commander. I'll deflect the grenades.
Damn it.
Think. Is Mordremoth affecting me? Sorry, Commander. I'm doing my best.
Best isn't good enough.
Such synergy! Still with us, Knock?
It's too much. Can't control myself. Can't trust myself here. Here, take my shield and finish him.
Yeah, I'm not touching your shield. Shit.
6 feet tall!
Kill it! Him! Mordremoth wants to negate me. Wants me to negate myself. I'm done with that.
Look there! A rift opened! Maybe now we can break Mordremoth's illusion. Let's widen the rift. The more we crack open this nightmare, the weaker Mordremoth becomes.
I was strong enough to change what I was. I will be strong enough not to become that. Thank you for trusting my strength, Commander. And for lending me yours.
Yeah, that fight literally made me want to go back to my back to my hunter. Like, fuck this, my elementalist is way too squishy. I just want my pet. Get him, pet. Go. By the way, I am not sold on the elementalist as much as I thought I would be.
Sweet, sad, lonely child, you'll doom us all. Without Mordremoth,
because I have enjoyed a lot of the elementalists, but the squishiness factor
the dragon created us. It sustains us,
frustrating to me
us.
in terms of
without it, we wither and die.
Like, I'm this particular because I want to use a two-handed staff, right? Which is a lot of AoEs.
Only
but you can't do AoEs unless you're able to be stationary, and if you're the sole protagonist, everything's coming after you.
Without Mordremoth, you can't have either.
So I feel like the staff build is really only useful if you're going to be fighting in a group where other people are drawing the attention of the mobs, so that you have time to slam your staff down and do your AoEs. Because there's either ground shit that's keeping you from casting, or everything is targeting you, and I'm just like constantly dying. Alright, I need to shut up and pay attention. I don't know what the mechanic is. Kill these, I'm assuming. Oh shit. So she absorbs them and it does like a heal. Have more hit points than the first round.
No! They sacrifice themselves to make her stronger.
Yeah.
It's not real. Mordremoth is the one getting stronger, and we have to stop it. 6 feet tall. For the record, you've been struck.
See what I mean by that is I'm trying to cast my AoEs, but they take so long to cast. Like my rain spell, it takes so long to cast, you never have a chance to get it off. Because that cast time is so long. See, it just got interrupted. That's a frustration part that I have with this particular build. And I realized that I could, I was using Scepter and Wand, not Wand. Hang on, mess it down. I think I revived you. Oh, I'm gonna die!
Leave this to me. Killing this will be a pleasure.
Wait! We need to open the rift to weaken Mordremoth's mind and disrupt its control.
If you say so. But I'm ready to strike if that fails.
Empathy says Elementalist is probably the hardest class to play in the game.
That's what the Pale Tree would have been. What Sylvari would have been if Mordremoth maintained control of her. I was right. Better no future than that. I have to see this through, no matter what. Mordremoth has to die.
Glad to hear you say that, but you'll have to prove it before I fully trust you again.
Until then, I'll contribute. Mordremoth seems unable to maintain its illusions in the face of such fierce resistance.
I may go back to the Hunter for the next
We're
expansion.
weakening it.
I'm not told. I'm not
Breaking
sold.
its grip on the mindscape gives us a chance to take control. Our minds have power here too. Let's use it.
Also because I didn't understand that you can't be an ice mage. Like,
kill.
I wanted to be an ice mage,
If you want
and
to
I
be
found
part
out
of that,
that's a
follow
heal
me.
spec, and I'm like, aw, I don't want to do fire. I want to do ice. It's all good. Like I said, I'm here for the story, so however I get through the story.
Become part of me and endure. Fall forever.
6 feet tall.
We are the same. Let your mind
Okay, obviously we probably don't need to stay in that.
Never.
That takes damage.
Mordremoth took us all.
You make slay. Bitlock? No. This is a trick like before. Open it. We
Where?
Need to crack
Where's the
this
rift?
illusion and weaken Mordremoth's control. Let's light them up. It's open, Commander.
Oh, I see it. Go, 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 go! Click the thing.
That's better. Mordremoth, get ready to bleed.
We are taking control, just like you said.
The one thing I do appreciate is that
That's how we'll win.
when
Turning
you
its
die,
puppets into
it
our allies.
doesn't force
Keep
you
opening
to
rifts
start
until
over
it
from
has no
scratch.
more
It just
illusions to
picks you
send.
right back up in the middle of the fight, and you can just keep going, which I do appreciate.
Too late.
Lend me your dare.
all
Let's light them up. Jory, I can fix this, but you have to help. Remember me. Remember Belinda.
Defeated.
The rift is open.
Immediately died again. Thank you.
Thanks, boss. Now we end this.
Building up for a massive strike. Shield yourself. Or take to the skies now.
Shit. Take to the skies. No, can I just hide behind this shield? Right, that's what I had remembered from the first game, is that you could be an ice mage or a fire mage or whatever, you know what I mean? And you can't do that here, so that was a learning curve.
You left us behind, boss. Left us to die. Just like
I don't think so. You'll have to try harder than that, Mordremoth.
I have no idea what's going on in this fight. I don't know where not to stand. There's so much going on the screen that's
it's open. Do it.
click the thing. Some of the things are visible, like the rings that he does. Like, I don't know what's damaging me here, because I don't appear to be standing on anything unless I'm not on the grass. There's like electricity everywhere.
For the record, you've been struck.
Yeah, I'm taking damage, but I don't know from what.
Traherne? Now I know these are just illusions.
That was that, whatever that was. But like, I'm standing on top of rock, and taking damage and not sure why.
The rift is open. Your daring heart.
This is it, Commander.
I'm with you, Marshal. It's time to end this. Here it comes again! Protect yourselves or go airborne!
Protect yourselves, go airborne. Get the shield! Where's the gust of wind that I can use to potentially... Never mind, I'm down here in the shield now.
What happened to your slaves, Mordremoth? Now it's just you versus all of us.
Son of a bitch, you cannot win.
Oh, fuck out of that. What's up, Babylonian?
It's weakened. Cover me while I open the rift. We'll tear the dragon's mind apart.
There are too many. I can't hold them off.
Then we switch. I'll defend and you open the rift.
Your strength is already
Oh, Jesus, it's a lot. Oh, and there's fire everywhere.
is infinite.
6 feet tall. Up in flames. Tall.
It's open.
Okay, prepare to attack. I'll activate the rift. It's stunned. Hit it with everything you've got. You failed, Mordremoth, and now you die. Portyria!
He doesn't appear to be dead yet. What are you guys celebrating for?
Then
Deliver the death blow. Yeet! Thank you for the carry, Vanessa. Appreciate it. I'm gonna have to remember to go clip that Renfail rant out from earlier. I'm gonna trigger a whole bunch of Guild Wars fanboys with that rant. Learn how to play, old man.
You did it. 2 dragons down.
It's your fault for rushing.
We did it. Mordremoth is dead.
Truly dead. I can't
And good morning to
hear its
Bubbles,
voice
if
in
I
my
missed
head.
saying that.
It's completely gone.
And we Silvari are still here. Still us. I wasn't sure.
Commander,
That's
my
right.
sword
My goth
gathered
mommy came and
bulk.
saved me.
is nearby.
Van
It
life
was
for
a
the
gift
win!
from the Bale Tree. I am connected,
Alright.
bonded to it. Only its power can free me from this. Please, bring it here.
Alright. Bring him... Oh, shit. I just fell. Come on! Where am I? I'm under the world now. Get up! Get out! What am I supposed to do? Oh, I'm supposed to pick this up. Calbar, bring this to him.
I have the sword, Marshal.
Quickly now. Use it.
Yeah, in all seriousness,
On
though,
me.
Vanessa, thanks for the carry. That was
Kill me,
not something
Commander.
I would have enjoyed doing by
No.
myself after the chaos of
Mordremoth
that
is dead.
jank.
We destroyed its mind.
By the way,
from
I do think that
inside.
jank was way worse than
But
the
I
jank
still hear its
at the
voice.
end of the base campaign.
Mordremoth is
The other
alive.
dragon fight was
One last
way
hateful
easier by
vestige.
comparison.
A terrible seed planted deep in my mind. You must kill me, Commander.
No, I really
Before
love the
that
Hunter.
seed
I love the
grows.
Beastmaster.
Before Mordremoth
But I wanted to
reclaims
check this
what it has
class
lost.
because I thought I
What's
might
left
enjoy
of
this
me
more than the
can't
Beastmaster,
survive
and
on
I
its own.
don't. Because
Strike
of all the
now.
intricacies of the Elementalist. I think the big thing for me was not being able to play an Ice Mage. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't realize it was that you're forced to be a healer. So I've had to use Fire. I don't really like Fire. It just doesn't fit the theme that I want for a mage. And all of the things I talked about earlier, like not being able to like stand in one place
I won't let all this be for
and use my
nothing.
AoEs.
I'm ending this now.
I've learned a lot playing the Elementalist through this expansion. A lot of cons to the class. I think if I was playing this in a group, I would love it. But playing solo, I'm not really feeling the Elementalist. Definitely enjoy my Hunter way more for the solo gameplay. So I think we're going to switch back to the Hunter for the next expansion. And I still have 3 more level boosts, so if I want to try something else out in the future, I can. Come on, little egg. What are you going to do? You really going to leave me hanging like that? You fuckers.
Now this is a find.
Okay. Okay, so from here, apparently, Living World Season 3 is not part of the Complete Edition that I purchased. That's interesting, because Living World Season 1 and 2 were. But this is telling me I need to buy it with crystals. For some reason, Living World Seasons 3 and 4 are separate from the Complete Edition. That feels really odd. Now, if I was a Reddit hater, I would immediately make a post about how ArenaNet is a greedy fucking company and blah, 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 blah.
Rare and valuable.
Yeah, it's hideous. That's kind of cool looking. Can I even use that? Yeah, I don't like the stats. I'm just looking at it for the looks, man. Freaky. So I gotta sort out, I don't even know how to do crystals. I'm assuming I just buy them. Do you buy them through Steam? No, I definitely want to, assuming there's no jank in Living Season 3 or whatever, I would like to play through it. But I gotta sort out how to buy crystals. And you have to do them individually? So, is there a way to buy the entire season in one go, or do I have to just buy gems and purchase each? How does that work? Yeah, is there any way to like buy the whole season? Or do I have to buy each individual chapter one at a time? There are bundles of seasons in the shop, says that's what I was hoping for. So I need to look for the bundles. It would be under upgrades. Fucking fly in here, man. God, is there a way to search? Yes! Yes! That's what I'm looking for. Living World Season 3 Complete Pack. Living World Season 4 Complete Pack. That's what I'm looking for. Perfect. Because I think I own everything else. Let me just close that window and double check everything. There's also something called the Ice Brood Saga, which I don't own. Let me go through here and see all the things I own so that I would understand what I need to purchase. So there are 3 things I would need to purchase, assuming that I'm going to keep going through. I've got Living World Season 3. I have to purchase that. Okay. So, go back here. Yeah, it's Seasons 3, 4, and Icebrood Saga. Upgrades. Okay. I'm gonna put up a. Hang on a second. Before I do that, Before I do that, let's. I need to sort something out really quick. Because I want to switch over to my hunter really quick and check a couple of things, and also give him his crafting tools. It's Living World Season 5. They named it Icebrood Saga, but it's Living World. Okay. Okay. Now. Check a few things here first. Because masteries are shared, which I think is really, really cool. So I don't have to worry about that. So here's another question. Can you use your glider anywhere, or are you only able to use your glider in Heart of Thorns? Or once you've unlocked like your glider and your flying mount, you can use them everywhere? You can use gliders mounts anywhere after you unlock them, says Empathy. That is awesome. Perfect. Thanks, guys. Dagger proficiency. You can wield a dagger in your main hand? Oh, so I can then suddenly dual wield for my off. Not that I ever switch out of the bow. Yeah, I know. I'm going through these. I'm trying to figure out what allows me to be the best. I may need to look these up. I'm either going to go Untamed or Gale Shot. I would like something that makes my pet even more of a badass than he is, which sounds like it might be Untamed.
Keep the supplies safe.
And then Gale Shot sounds like it makes me a more powerful archer. I don't understand the whole unleashed thing. Regardless, I'm going to have to go farm some hero points because I don't have enough to unlock anything here. Yeah, I'm going to have to go. I don't have the points anyway, so I need to do some offline research and read up on this because it sounds to me like Untamed is what I want because it makes my pet more powerful, but I don't quite understand the Unleashed aspect of it. Gain access to... How do I... Ah, here we go. How do I... how do I, so there's highlighted text, everybody. There's highlighted text in the tooltip. How do I get to the highlighted text? This is gain access to cantrips and unleash. I want to hover over cantrips. What is a cantrip? And I want to hover over unleash. What is unleash? I want to learn more about those things, but I don't see any way to get over to hover over those things. And it says mouse 2 show one of more, but I think that's just cycling around. Unnamed gives you a toggle skill that can unleash either yourself or the pet. It makes the unleashed individual stronger, and if your pet is the one that unleashed, it gains 3 new abilities, but they have to be used manually. I don't like manual shit. Okay. Okay. Cantrips go into the utility skills 7 through 9. Who cares, Jack? Are we playing Call of Duty right now? Like, if I was playing Call of Duty, it would make sense to talk about Call of Duty. But we're not playing Call of Duty. Jack / D9M5T, who can't even come up with an actual username because you're not an actual user, you're just a bot troll. Spamming about Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. That's what you call a bot troll account, everybody. Not even an actual username. I do like the individual campaigns for... I've played pretty much most of this individual campaigns for Call of Duty. But, like, if I'm playing Guild Wars 2, it's like... wrong place, wrong crowd, wrong time. It's like showing up when I'm in the middle of eating dinner and saying, "Can I interest you in a conversation about our Lord and Savior Jesus?" It's like I'm in the middle of eating my dinner? How is that relevant to what I'm doing right now? Now, if you're offering me dessert. Yeah, I don't want to do that, Drac Lobo, because I love my pet. I need pets. I want to have more pets. I still need to go find a crow and a raven. I definitely want something that keeps me having pet companions. So it sounds to me like Untamed or Gale Shot. It might be easiest to go Gale Shot because then I keep my pet but I then just make myself a more powerful archer while also keeping the pet. And it might be easier to play the Gale Shot since I'm, playing with a controller and all this other stuff. I'm thinking, I'm leaning towards Gale Shot after reading through all of the abilities on Untamed. I'm thinking I'm going to want to go Gale Shot just because for the ease of use. And then there's this cool thing, feathered pets have increased strike damage and health. Like if I go find myself a really cool... There's another one in here for... Like, I'm just thinking I might want to go Gale Shot. Untamed buffs the pet most, and you can still use the pet the normal way. Yeah, that's the thing is I gotta go read up on it because I like the idea of my pet being more powerful. So that's my instinct is Untamed, but I need to go do some offline reading. I also need to go purchase stuff, so to get ready for the next one. I don't have anything anyway, so I gotta go farm. I need to go farm hero points because I don't have enough to unlock either one of these. So. So, regardless, if I was ever gonna do crafting, it would be good to go that way. Okay. Well, Gale Shot also can buff birds specifically. Did I get past the gliding expansion? Yeah, we just finished Heart of Thorns like 20-30 minutes ago. And before I can head into Living World Season 3, I gotta... Yeah, I'm not interested in Deadeye, but thank you, Vanessa. Appreciate it. No, I'm definitely sticking with this. I just got to figure out where I want to go. I got to go do some offline reading. I also got to go purchase some stuff. Probably a great point for me to just go ahead and wrap up for the moment so that I can go make my purchases because I don't want to... There's going to be screens that pop up with credit card information, and I don't want to have that all on screen. So while I go make all the purchases I need to make and do some offline research about what it is I want to spec into, and then I will come back later on with some more Guild Wars 2 and other stuff. So thanks for hanging out this morning, everybody. We are done with Heart of Thorns. We'll be moving on from here onto our continuing adventures in Guild Wars 2. Thanks for being here. Thanks so much to everybody for being super helpful in chat today during that janky-ass boss fight. I will be clipping that, Jules. I will be clipping that into a Renfail rant because it's going to trigger a whole bunch of Guild Wars 2 fanboys. So I'm looking forward to seeing how many people get pissed and downvote that video when I publish it, because they're going to be like, you're talking smack about my favorite game. You're just wanting everything on easy mode. Get good, old man. Matter of fact, I'm going to go clip that right now and get it on YouTube, so stay tuned for that. That'll be out here in the next little bit. And I'll see everybody later today for something. And definitely more Guild Wars 2 tomorrow morning.